This is verse 7 of the 20th chapter of the Gospel of John. We're in the midst of John's narration of the experience that was his and also that of Simon Peter as they arrived at the tomb and are discovering that it's empty, that the contents that had been the body of Jesus has somehow been spirited away, and they haven't quite thought it all through or figured it out yet. John, of course, waited outside the tomb for a moment. Peter, somewhat more brash, of course, goes right in, begins looking around, and we have a completion now of the thought of what he said that was begun in the previous verse. So Peter is looking, he's theorizing is the word there, theoreo. And the third thing that he sees, that's mentioned now in verse 7, is kai to sudarion. This is a neuter noun. It means, sometimes translated a napkin. That's not quite right. It's really more of a handkerchief. It's a small piece of cloth. It was used customarily to cover the face of someone who was deceased, and of course that was the polite thing to do here as they put the body of Jesus in the tomb on the previous Friday. They covered his face with this handkerchief would be the idea. So they saw the handkerchief would be it, and then ho, relative pronoun, and so it goes along with ein. So this is a nominative relative pronoun, which was ein from ami, I am. This is the imperfect, third person singular, so which was. And then epi, preposition, takes the genitive here, tes kaphales, upon the head. He doesn't even bother to say it's the head of Jesus. That's presupposed. It so fills his imagination here that it would be superfluous to say that, but simply upon his head, the head of Jesus. So he saw the handkerchief, it's in the accusative, and then this additional phrase here, which was upon the head of him, and then an additional descriptive term, meta, not with, meta with, when it's with the accusative, or the genitive here, tone othonion. This is the genitive, plural, the same word we've seen previously in this context, the linen clothing, and then ke menon, actually a participle, here in the accusative, because it actually goes back to the object of the preceding verse. So not lying, kemai is the word here. This is a present middle participle. It's the neuter rather, is singular accusative. So not with the other things lying there, as lying by itself, as it were. Allah, strong conjunction, chorus, meaning by itself. It's used here as an indeclinable adverb, but alone or by itself. And then entetuligmenon. This is from entuliso. The word means being wrapped up or wrapped together. It's actually a couple of words. We have the preposition in as the prefix, and then the actual stem of this means to wrap something up. So it's wrapped up within itself would be the notion. And then ace, preposition, takes the accusative, hina, ace one, in one topon, in one place. The sense of it is by itself. It's wrapped up. The whole force of this and this detail is simply to say that there was something rather sensible and reasonable about the way in which this event took place, that this wasn't the body being hauled away or being unwrapped of its the garments, these linen clothes, but rather it took place in a rather sort of organized way, and the linen cloth is folded up is the notion, laid off by itself. The whole thing suggests something that took place with the complete control of Jesus participating in it, and in fact we're going to see basically infer from all of it that he's the one who did all of this in the moment of his resurrection.